there guys. So I have another cardboard Amazon box project, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up this little Dollar Tree sign. I thought it was cute. I really like how it has the little snowman on it. And so what I wanted to do though, because you know they are a little small, is I just wanted to build it up a little bit, and I wanted to add, you know, some greenery to it, and you know, some ribbon and some snowflakes, and I just wanted to make it a little bit more pronounced. So what I'm going to do to get started is I'm going to just take some Mod Podge here, and I have this piece of paper. This is just like paper bag paper. It came in a box that I had ordered something, and this was like the filler paper that came in the box. I'm just going to Mod Podge it to this paper here, to this piece of cardboard here. This is just the flap from a large cardboard box. And then I'm going to Mod Podge it on the back too. And I'm going to paint the back of it black. And I'm going to paint the front of it black as well. So all I'm going to do to get started is I'm just going to put some Mod Podge on here. Now, I recently did a video where I did something very similar to this. It was a joy sign that I had gotten the idea from Hobby Lobby, and I made a duplicate of it using this same technique here, so you might be familiar with how I do this. But if not, I just want to show you that all I'm doing is just taking some Mod Podge, just spreading it all over the box here. As you can see, I'm going to do the same thing to the back as I'm doing to the front, and I'm just going to Mod Podge that piece of paper bag paper to it, because I want to camouflage the fact that it's a cardboard box. So I just want to, you know, I'm just trying to camouflage the fact that it's cardboard. And I also don't want this side here to be seen. So I'm just going to push this up here like that. And just by doing this, guys, it doesn't look like the flap of a cardboard box, because this is just, this piece of cardboard, again, it just came from a box, a large cardboard box, and then I'm just using the paper that they used as filler to camouflage it. Just getting it all pressed down here, just like this. Okay. And then I have to get a little bit more Mod Podge because I need the paper to stick to itself when I fold the flaps over. Okay. And when you fold your flaps, make sure that they're straight and that they're in line. If they don't lay down flat and flush, just take your scissors and like see here, if it doesn't lay down flat and flush, if you have a little bit hanging over, just take your scissors and trim it. Okay. There we go. We have this part done here. And then we're just going to do the same over here to this part. But this is just a nice way, guys, to take those cute little signs and just beef them up a little bit, you know, and then you can put like a cute little border around them, however you decide to decorate it. So just folding this over here like this. And also, you know, you could once you get it all done, you know, it's a bigger sign now. You can hang it above your mantle if you wanted to. Just all depends on what kind of decor you're doing, what kind of style of decor you're doing for the holiday season. So I'm just going to take some black paint, and this is just some plain black paint I get from Hobby Lobby. Sometimes if I'm at Michael's, I'll get it from Michael's or Walmart. It doesn't really matter. I try to buy them when they're on sale. And I'm just going to paint the whole back of this black. Alright guys, so we have the back painted. So I'm going to hit it with the blow dryer and I'm just going to dry it up really quick, and then we're going to flip it over and we're going to paint the front, and then we're going to get started on the fun part, the decorating part. Okay, I'm going to paint this part black, and then I'm going to take it outside and I am going to spray it with a little bit of that glitter spray. And then we're going to take our sign and we're going to put our sign right in the middle. It's going to look really cute. So I'm going to get the top of the front of this all nice and painted black. I'm going to spray it with a little bit of glitter spray, and then I will be back and we will get started with placing our sign and all of our decor. All right guys, so we've got it all done. We got the back painted. We've got the front painted, and I spray painted the front with that glitter spray. It's all nice and sparkly. All nice and sparkly. So, just gonna make sure I'm in frame here, okay. And I wanna make sure I got this straight because I'm gonna put my little sign on here. So I didn't paint the middle part of the paper because it's not gonna, we're putting our sign over here, and I was just trying to save paint, just so you know. I try to be smart about my crafting, guys, and I try to save on my supplies, so I was just trying to save a little bit of paint over there. So we took the tag off of our sign. So I'm gonna have to use a really generous amount of glue for this sign because I don't want it to fall over. I don't want it to fall off, and I really want it to be on there nice and secure. So I'm just getting a lot of hot glue on here, and I just want to make sure I have it on straight and centered. And yes, I think that's good. Okay. So I'm going to press it on down now. And I might have to put something heavy on it just to make sure that it dries. And it dries flat because it's trying to pull up a little bit. And that's why I like to beef up these Dollar Tree signs, because sometimes they also don't lay flat. Sometimes they're coming up a little bit. It's not like it's like a little bit of a curve. I don't know if y'all have noticed that or not. But sometimes I've noticed that. So I just want to get it nice and flat and make sure it's nice and glued down. All right, I think we're on there good. Yep, we're on there nice and secure. And I got him on there straight, okay. So what I'm gonna do now, guys, is I wanna just take some of these little snowflakes that I had gotten from Hobby Lobby. Now they were half off, they're $1.99, and I only paid $1 for them because they're half off, because they're part of the Christmas. So I have 10 of them. And so what I want to do here, I want to stay in frame, but I'm trying to get it a little closer to me. Okay. So over here, I'm going to put a little bit of greenery and a little bow. And so I just want to kind of place these little snowflakes all around. There we go. I don't want them to be in a straight line. So I'll put this one a little bit up here like that. And I have 10, so, but I'm going to space them out a little bit. Put that one there. I think this is looking really cute. Now I do want to tell you guys, because I just like to remind you, I did spray paint this with the glitter spray. It does not smell very good, okay? And I took it outside and I sprayed it. I let it dry. I brought it back inside, and I've got 3 windows open in my kitchen, and I have the fan on, okay? Just remember, you know, when you're doing your crafting, that ventilation is really important. If you're using like a spray or maybe some kind of epoxy or some kind of maybe paint or stain, just remember that ventilation is really important, okay? So I am just going through and just adding on these little snowflakes. I'm making sure they're not in a straight line. I want them to look like they're falling down from the sky. And put one here like that. Put one over here like that. Okay. And then we'll see, I have this last one left over here. I might put him here or I might put him there. It just depends on what I think when I get done with everything. It just depends on where I think something else might need to go. So I'll just hold off on that little guy there for a minute. And so then these are just some scrap pieces I have. I've got a little bit of greenery here. I've got some berries here. And then I've got those evergreen pipe cleaner sticks from Dollar Tree. And so what I'm going to do is, first I want to make my bow, and then I'm going to add in some greenery to it. And I want to make my bow. Now I do reuse a lot of my ribbon, guys, just to save. Because if you don't, after a while, it does get a little expensive if you don't try to, you know, reuse things. So just taking some more of the ribbon here that says Merry Christmas on it. I'm going to start with this guy here. I'm not going to have long tails because he's going in the corner over here. So I'm going to have some little shorter tails on this little bow. Not that short. Not that short though. Okay, that's good. I'm just going to do the twist. Okay, and this is not going to be a humongous bow. I don't want it to take away from the picture. I just want to have a little touch of it. Just a little touch of a cute little Christmas bow. All right, so I've got that one on there. I'm going to add this one to it now on the front. Just like you see here. Just going to squinch him. Just going to pull him over a little bit. Gonna have to twist it because the sparkly part, you want to see the sparkly part. Okay. Okay, so I just cut another piece of the red ribbon that I had because I'm just working with my scraps, and I'm just gonna add him over here as the other little leg on our bow, just like this. I'm just going to twist, and there he's added on, just like that. I'll cut off the excess here because we are going to be gluing this bow onto our little picture. Okay. So we have our loopies, we have the little legs, we've got this part here just like that. All right. And I want to put him on right here, but I also, because our snowman, we've got the white and the black and then the white and the black, I do want to add in some of this buffalo check ribbon because I think it'll just look really good on here. So I'm just going to get started with adding in some of this buffalo check. Oops, wrong scissors. Okay. Just clipping my ends really quick here to get started. All right. And yeah, so this is a little short, but that's okay. I'm still gonna use him. I'm still gonna use him. We'll just get some loops out of him. How's that? How about if we just do that? We'll get the middle of our bow with this. And then I have another piece over here next to me that we will use to add on. Whoops. Get down there. All right. Okay. All right. So then we'll take this other piece and we'll just keep adding on to him. And we're just going to get a couple. We're not going to do a big monstrous bow. I do want him to have some little legs though. So there. We'll give him some little legs too. All right. Okay. So we've got that. Just going to twist him so that he goes in the direction I want him to go into. All right. All right, guys, so we have a little buffalo check ribbon here, little bow here, that I'm just gonna add to this little ribbon right here into the front. And then we're gonna get him hot glued onto our sign. And then we're gonna add in some of our greenery and some berries. And I think this is gonna turn out really cute, and I really hope you guys like this. I'm just trying to give you ideas of how you can beef up some of these Dollar Tree signs, and Dollar Tree usually has like a whole bunch of different signs and different styles. So if you were doing more farmhouse, because this is a little more traditional, I think, a little more whimsy traditional, but if you were doing just farmhouse, if they had like a nice farmhouse sign that you liked, you could have just after you decoupaged on the brown paper bag material that we did, you could have left that just with the brown. You could have put your sign on. You could have just gotten like some burlap type of ribbon, or maybe some more buffalo check ribbon, maybe some of your jute twine, or just maybe more of a farmhouse type of Christmas ribbon, you know, from the store that you fancied. And you could have just left it like that and maybe tucked in a little greenery, and it could have been just, you know, a really cute little farmhouse decor. So if this is not the decor you're using, that's fine. I'm just trying to give you the idea. And when I saw this little sign at Dollar Tree, I just thought it was cute because I'm a little partial to snowmen. I like snowmen a lot. So I do put a lot of snowmen up in my home throughout Christmas and winter. All right, so I am just getting our little loopies, looking cute. I'm going to trim him down a little bit. He's a little long. So let's just trim him a little bit. There we go. Okay. Oh, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. Just gonna angle it a little bit more. There we go. Okay. All right. Now we got it. Now we're good. Okay. And so now I'm just gonna hot glue him on. I think I want to do him this way. And then I'll just hold him down like that until he dries. All right. Uh-oh. All right. So we'll just hold him down for a moment. Give him a chance to really dry. And I love all these different little ribbons for this little project. And I hope you guys like this. I try to use what I have on hand for a lot of things, and you know, I don't order a lot online, but when I do, I try to keep the boxes in case I need them or if I want to craft with them. And I just figured that everybody's got cardboard, you know. All right, so we have our little bow on there, guys. And so all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take some of these little, these are just the little pipe cleaners from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to hot glue them in here as well now. I'm just going to hot glue them into the bow over here, just like this, like they're part of the bow there. Because I just think that looks really cute, and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm just bending them in half like this, and then just kind of spreading them out a little bit, making them look a little alive. Don't want them to be just, you know, plain flat. And then I'm just adding some glue to the back of them. This one's almost out. I gotta grab a glue stick. But I'm just adding this here. There we go. So then we've got our greenery on there just like that. Pull it down for you a little bit. Okay. And then we've got a little bit more greenery here too. So I think I'm just going to clip this a little bit. And I'm just going to add some up here. But this was a very simple, easy craft, guys. And I really hope you guys like it. I really like how it turned out. I hope you do too. And again, just trying to give you some ideas. I'm just gonna have another piece of this other little greenery. And these are just pieces of scrap greenery that I have kept, guys, because this is why I always like to encourage you to keep your little scraps, because you can always use them for things in the future on other little crafts. And it saves you money, it saves you time. Just putting a little bit more glue on here, and just gonna tuck him in here. There we go. And now I'm just gonna add on, try to clean up as I go. There we go. I try to keep my trash on one side of the table. It just kind of makes it easier. So I'm just going to clip off a few of these berries. And where do I want to put them? I don't want to put them there. No. No, can't really see them there, huh? So I think maybe, yeah, I'll put them in there. Okay. Alright, so we've got our little berries in there. Gonna put on a few more sprigs of the berries, and then we're gonna call it a day, guys. Hold on, guys, I forgot something. So I was looking at it, and I said, I want a little bit of greenery right in here. Okay? And then I forgot to show you how I was going to cover up these two little holes, because that's where the original string was to hang it. Remember those berries we used on our primitive Christmas tree? Well, I saved them, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to hot glue them right in here like that. And that's going to camouflage those little holes where the original string had been. Okay, so I've got those on there, And the last snowflake. You know what? Wouldn't it be cute if I put it on his scarf? Wouldn't that be cute? I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put the last one on his little scarf. And there we go. All right, guys, now I'm gonna show you. All right, guys, and that is how it turned out. I think he looks really cute. Just gonna give you a close-up here. That is just the flap of a cardboard box that we used, that we painted. We sprayed with some glitter spray. Just used some scrap ribbon and made a little happy bow. Added in some greenery and some berries. We got those little snowflakes at Hobby Lobby. They were half off. We got 10 of them for $1. We glued our little sign, there's Snow Place Like Home, right there. I think this would be really cute in like your entryway or even above your fireplace. But I think it's really cute, and I think it's just a nice fun way to really beef up those Dollar Tree signs. We covered up the holes from the original ribbon that it came with using some berries. So it all ties in together. And I just hope that you guys really like this. I just like to give you ideas. And until next time, guys, I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. Thank you so much for stopping by and spending some time with me. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care. I'll see you later.